According to Canadian mountain place names by Glenn Bowles, Kiwetinok is a stony word meaning on the north side. Online resources vary in how they recommend pronouncing this word. Whether you prefer Kiwetinok or Kiwetino, there's no denying that the mountain, the pass, and the lake bearing this name are all incredibly spectacular. In order to up the difficulty and the views, I approached Kiwetinok from the Iceline trail. The Iceline starts at the Whiskey Jack Hostel just south of the Takakaw Falls parking lot. Be sure to read and adhere to all posted trail notices. The day I went, there was a food-seeking bear warning in place. The trail climbs rapidly on a series of switchbacks that ascend through dense old-growth forest with occasional obstructed views of the falls. In late summer, this area is absolutely bursting with blueberries, huckleberries, black currants, trailing raspberries, gooseberries, bunchberries, and crowberries. We have the luxury of being able to purchase berries at the grocery store. The wildlife do not. Please leave all the berries for the critters. At 1.8 kilometers, the trail enters an alder tunnel right before emerging into thinner subalpine forest with a rockier footing. The views become exponentially grander once the forest disappears. The trail gets ever rockier, but the footing is generally solid thanks to numerous well-placed boulder steps. At 3.3 kilometers, you round a final bend and are rewarded for having ascended 550 vertical meters with up-close views of the rapidly receding Emerald Glacier. For the next several kilometers, you are hiking on slabs of bedrock interspersed with the gravel of ancient moraines. Expect to find trail runners in here, as the going is easy and the views are just downright sensational. At 6 kilometers, you come to a junction. If you're looking to do the short Iceline loop, you can turn right, which is north, and drop down to Celeste Lake, eventually joining up with the eastbound Little Yoho River Trail. I recommend continuing straight on because there's plenty more Iceline to see. Isolated Peak and Mount MacArthur dominate the horizon. At 8.6 kilometers, the Iceline Trail drops back into forest on its way to the Stanley Mitchell Alpine Club of Canada hut and the Little Yoho Valley campground. A number of well-graded switchbacks carry you down to the valley bottom. Once at the flats of the Little Yoho River, there is another marked junction. To the right is the Stanley Mitchell hut, and you're going to return that way. Ahead, you can see Isolated and MacArthur peaks in the background. For now, go straight and follow the easy trail as it curves southwest along the edge of the river. Look at the size of these moraines. Their magnitude speaks to the size of the glaciers as recently as 150 years ago. There are a number of unmarked stream crossings, and when you come to them, watch for cairns to show you the way. Soon you re-enter forest and start climbing again, following the headwaters of the Little Yoho River. Once the trail emerges from the forest for the final time, it continues ascending relentlessly, eventually crossing an expansive rocky meadow. After rounding a final bend with loose shale strewn about, Kiwetinok Lake reveals itself. Rounding to the far side of the lake and ascending the talus a ways gives you the best views of the lake, with the majestic Mount Kerr and friends looming in the background. A phalarope came to inspect what we were doing. I don't think he sees many human visitors up here. Once you've been fulfilled, return the way you came. When you are down at the River Flats Junction, go east towards the ACC hut. Looking back from the footbridge, you can see Kiwetinok Pass from where you just came. You pass a Yoho National Park warden cabin and the Stanley Mitchell ACC hut on your way to the Little Yoho River Trail. This easy and gently descending trail takes you all the way back down to the main Yoho Valley Trail at Laughing Falls. On the way, you pass the junction to Whaleback, which is a first-rate objective on its own. This is twisted stock. The green shoots are edible and are reported to have a cucumber-like taste, though I have not personally tried them. The young plants can easily be confused with hellebore, though, which is highly toxic. On reaching Laughing Falls, you are on your home stretch, the final 4 kilometers-ish to the parking lot, and you complete your loop at the base of Takakaw Falls. Kiwetinok Lake is a rarely visited gem that demands significant effort to reach, but your exhaustion will be greatly rewarded with a sparkling blue lake surrounded by ancient rock and ice. And phalaropes.